Hi, John Kavakis here again for Forum 43 in the Diecast Zone. This is my take on Brooklyn's 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. This is one I've been waiting for a long time. And you know, the Bel Air is an icon of the 50s. I mean, when people think, people that aren't involved in car collecting and models and that sort of thing, think about cars of the 50s, one of the first things they'll think about is the Bel Air. And it's a beautiful car. Chevy did some pretty amazing things with it. There was supposed to be an all-new car in 1957. They did the 55 and the 56, and they were going to have an all-new car in 57, but things got delayed, and so they kind of pieced together the 57, put a new dash in it and a new grille, and put the fins on, and had some engine options that were pretty interesting. You get up to 270 horsepower from 283. They took the cam out of the Corvette engine, the Duntov cam they called it, and got 270 horsepower with twin four-barrel carbs on it, but they had fuel injection that year too, up to 283 horsepower, one of the first American production cars that had 1 horsepower per cubic inch, and Chevy made a big thing out of it. It was popular. Yeah, with all that, and with its iconic status, Ford outsold Chevy in 1957. They had an all-new car. It was a little lower, a little wider, a little more modern looking. There are a lot of debate over how they counted the numbers and whether or not it was a calendar year and a model year. But when it got down to brass tacks, more 1957 Fords were sold during the model year than 57 Chevrolets. So why did this Chevrolet become the icon? Why is that the one everybody thinks about, such a collectible car? I think the changes they made in the 57 were, I think they were incredible. I think it was a car that was right for its time. The top of the line had the gold trim, very classy looking. It looked very much upscale. The new dash looked fantastic, but the fins and it was the space age. It's the beginning of the space age, and the chrome and all the brightness and all of the different colors and everything. It just shouts the 50s. It shouts of prosperity and the 2 wars that we had won, and so there was a lot of American pride, and the workmanship and everything was just exploding. And the 57 Chevy became a leader in just all of that imagery. It was the first one to really have a set of fins, and boy, did they catch on after that. Everybody was, I mean, they kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. 3 years later, they're towering, and so it set a lot of trends in a lot of different ways. Of course, gave us an iconic name as well. So I've got 3 of Brooklyn's models here. Now, they've been a little controversial, mostly due to color. But we're going to take a look at them. I'm looking at them for the first time, and the first one I'm going to look at is the Sierra Gold Poly over the Adobe Beige. Now, this one did create some discussion when it came out because of the color. The Sierra Gold is a very copper-looking color, and let me take a look at what we have here. Again, the packaging is fairly generic Brooklyn. These cardboard liners can be a little difficult to get out, but there it is. And I got to tell you something. Sitting right there on the turntable, and under these lights, it doesn't look too bad. It's a little reddish, more reddish probably than it should be, but. Well, it's a great model. Again, the finish is just lustrous. And a number of manufacturers have tried to do the 57 Chevy and really had a rough time with it. And sometimes it's hard to see the model and understand what's off. It just looks off. Well, what Brooklyn got right on this model was fidelity. And I think one of the things that they got right that the other manufacturers have not gotten right is that line along the back with the fins. I've seen them rise up in the back. I've seen the Bel Air trim on the side. not true to what was on the original car, and you know, that's such an integral part of the design that that has to be right. And I remember the opportunity that we had when we visited the factory to talk to Nigel about the design and the passion he had for getting this one right, because he knew that so many people had gotten it wrong. So again, it's just a beautiful job that right down at the bottom where the color coordinated wheels again coordinate with the paint color. The trim is delicate. The photo etch is beautiful. The grill has got depth and dimension to it, and it's the right width. I've seen some 1/24th models that haven't gotten that right. The back just has that look of the 57 Chevy. Now, and the color, if I didn't know that the copper color was a bit redder than this, I'd be perfectly happy with the model. I am happy with the model. For those of you that are looking for accuracy and demand that as far as color is concerned, well, you know, you'll probably want to move on or wait until another color comes out. I've heard rumors that there will be a more accurate Sierra Gold in the future, so that's always an opportunity waiting. But this, in and of itself, this model just looks great. Again, the interior's picked out well. The details on the interior are a bit more up level than we've seen from Brooklyn in the past. Windshield wipers, the hood inserts, it's just a beautiful little model, and I like it. Let's take a look at the it's limited edition one from the model autos in Germany. This is one of 50, and this model is in a non-factory red. So the maker was not shy about the color on this one. It's not factory, although you know, in doing some research, I found out there was a Canadian red that I think will come close to this model. So let's take a look at it here. This one is wrapped in plastic. We'll have to cut that open to see the model. This was a special lot made by order from this outfit in Germany. I guess it's something that Brooklyn will do from time to time. And this is a deep red. Again, it has a lot of the same detail that Sierra Gold model has, but this is an even deeper red than I've seen the Canadian red to be. Not much, but boy, it is stunning. It is one attractive model. When he picked out the colors on this, he did a really great job. So it's a privilege to be able to unbox this one and have it here. The other one I have here is the surf green convertible. Now, this one is very interesting. The color was, the box says surf green on it. The color is more of a blue. Again, no complaints about the model. If you're looking for surf green, you're probably going to want to wait. I hear that they're going to do surf green. This is, you know, I've got the factory colors here, and you can see this is somewhere in between surf green and what they call Larkspur blue. You know, the only thing that's a little off on this one here is the color of the boot. I would have made the boot a darker color, and I may even buy some paint to match the interior inserts there and paint that. Although it matches the stripes on the interior, so it's not startling. It's not off. It just looks a little odd to me. I would have picked a darker color. But it's again, it's a beautiful model. If you're looking for a great model and you're not real picky about the color, this is another limited production model. They're hard to get. It's certainly worthy of anything else I would have sitting on my shelf. The interior, you get a chance to see the interior on the convertible a lot better than you do with the hardtop. And Brooklyn's just done a wonderful job with the instrument panel, the handles on the doors, a lot of little details that we haven't seen from Brooklyn in generations past. And these are just signs of what Brooklyn's doing to upgrade the detail on their models. And again, I appreciate the boxing on it. Again, all the controversy over the boxes. But with these additional details, I don't find myself handling small plastic packets and tweezers and Elmer's glue to put things on. And I don't know how you do with that, but I always have a really rough time with it. And it never quite gets on there the way I'd like to get it on. So everything's assembled. It's all put together. I love this. So I'm going to put them back in a box. I want to show you something. I've got a cosmetics brush here. And for all my models, I should do this before I take the pictures. But it's a very, very soft brush. And it's a great way to keep the dust off your models and make sure that any little specks or anything that might be there won't ruin the display. And a way of doing it gently without damaging the model. You can go right over the photo etch with these things here, and it never creates a problem. So it costs about $5 or $6 or so at the drugstore. Maybe you can steal one from your wife's medicine cabinet. So that's Brooklyn's 57 Chevy. It's a beautiful model. A little struggle with some of the colors on some of the way, but nothing to detract from the model. Again, I have it on good rumor that these things will be corrected, that there will be a Sierra Gold, there will be a Surf Green, and so we can only wait and hope. Meanwhile, I don't see any reason, if you're a collector, that you can't appreciate any of these right here. They're all beautiful models, and I think Brooklyn's done a great job on the 57 Chevy. So thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again.